So many rounds, somehow Liquid has pulled in their favor.
This is really hard to explain to new viewers of Counter-Strike because it's not really the way it's supposed to work. Anyway, shutting down the round, only losing one player, just pistols, almost no utility whatsoever. Running 4 men, what? 4 out of Squeak in that round?
Yep.
And somehow they get the perfect timing. I'm surprised that flashbang that was thrown from Highway in the beginning didn't work better. Regardless, this is great stuff. And what is that, the third, fourth, fifth?
I think it's round? The fourth or fifth that they've won like that with just pistols. If you go back to that first half, incredible stuff. And I don't know if this is a misbuy from Vega. JR bought that M4 as soon as the round started. Maybe some frustration, but this is a tough buy for them. Everyone down below 150. 3 players on $0. This will be a very, very harsh reset for Vega Squadron if they don't win this round. We see a lot of teams force buy, but you have to feel without utility, they only have 1 flashbang left already, and with no kits, it's a pretty desperate scenario. That damage in the second round caused by Team Liquid coming back to haunt them here.
And I can appreciate Liquid spreading out in a sort of a default hold on this side because how easy Vega were playing in the first half, you have to expect that there would be some sort of CT side aggression here. And they are pushed up outside of B and close to middle there, but it's not as crazy as it can get.
I mean, the nice thing for Vega is that, I mean, Crush is going to be able to come up Highway. Hutchie inside the bomb site, Tony Black here as well. This is a pretty strong defense on A. Taco spots one on Highway. He's going to take that fight. He's on Hutchie as well. Not completed yet from Team Liquid, but they will come in now. Tony Black just pulls us out into the open. There's the SMG, only able to do one, and M4 would have been so nice. And all the guns being taken away now. JR needs to try and save this M4.
Yeah, absolutely. They've really brought it back, and again, off the back of some fairly questionable rounds, but at this point, you'll take whatever you can get to make this one work. And JR just going to be lingering around in the middle. They do seem to be slightly searching for him. I guess they don't have to go all in, but someone like Nitro could definitely take a run at it with the MP9. Not much of a loss if it doesn't work out. They maybe, I don't know, they don't even know that he has the M4, do they? So
I mean, they're gonna know he bought, right? With the way they killed the other opponents, they're gonna. I don't think they know it's an M4, obviously, but they're gonna know that he bought up armor, he bought up some kind of a weapon. I think they're gonna be fine with going up against one M4. I don't think Vega, if they buy behind this, they've truly gone crazy. They've gone full insanity, and we'll need to sit him down and have a chat. Maybe get him a psychiatrist.
I like that. I bet we can.
There could be some good content, I think, if we brought like a psychiatrist in to talk to not only us as talent, but players as well.
Well, in that case, why don't we bring Maniac? He's got a degree in psychology. I feel like we could.
Does he?
Yeah, he
psychology.
Does. Yeah. So I think it's work-related psychology, if I'm not mistaken. But this is kind of work. So let's go for it. That would be good content.
Yeah.
It's obviously unnerving having a psychologist that's called Maniac, but at the same time, what can you do?
I don't think he chose his nickname when he decided to go into psychology.
Yeah, well, it's too late now. Twist goes down, JR returned upon, and Tony Black will follow up. Nitro able to get that kill, and Taco as well. It's a whole team effort going to this round, and Team Liquid looking great. Oh my god, Taco. He's finding a little bit of rhythm here. He's got 16 kills. He's actually playing a great game right now.
Yeah, he's come alive in this second half. He's been great for Team Liquid. Twist at 17-7, Taco 16-11. Starting to come alive here, and I think the benefit, because of that buy that Vega Squadron came out with, the next few gun round, or this gun round is going to be a little bit light. They have decent utility, no kits. A lot of danger though, so still in the kind of economic pits for Vega Squadron. 3 straight for Team Liquid as we get tied up 10-10.
Of course, Taco has a heart as his spray. He's just a really nice guy, isn't he? Should have seen it coming.
Yeah.
JR extinguishing the fire. Not 100% clear why. I feel like he could have saved that smoke for later. Was anything accomplished by it, Moses?
Maybe he doesn't like fire, the way you don't like horses.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that is a reasonable fear. Haji should have been perfect. I don't know how Twist gets that kill.
Oh, the follow-up spam as well brings Chomper down to 17 points for that trade. There's one. I think Elige saw the other as well. He knows Crush is below him. The information is there from Team Liquid, and Elige is going to get the kill anyways. Vega is getting peeled apart. There's JR with the peek over the smoke, and he gets eliminated very quickly. Now Liquid's hitting their stride on this T side.
You see in that round how quickly it can spiral out of control, because if Haji gets that kill, they can just back off. Like, they get that kill, they run back, they're 4 versus 5, it is all good, but the fact that that fight lasts, what, like a second longer than he was expecting, and suddenly they lose one, the other one on half health, it all just quickly goes the wrong way. Yeah, a game of really narrow margins at the moment.
So we talked about there, the T sides of Cash. At times we see them being very, very effective. There's a timeout here at the start of this round. Twist needs to refresh his gum. It's lost its flavor.
Yeah, I mean, you have to do that, right? Did you ever, were you one of those people? Remember there was a trend, but this is like in, you know, the 90s or something. Everyone would have these like huge like bubble gums that we could make like huge, you blow like huge
bubbles.
Yeah.
Bubble yum.
So I can't remember what it was called.
The big bricks.
I remember it was quite exciting, but also after a while it sort of lost its.
Yeah,
maybe we can bring it back.
The bubble gum. Or the gum that's used to blow bubbles loses its flavor very quickly. It's not designed to last.
No, but I feel like in the age of you could probably what if you combined vaping with bubble gum blowing, Moses? You could have like smoke inside of it. I feel like this
so
gonna be
you
a
blow smoke inside of a bubble gum bubble.
Right. Maybe if you do that and chew on some Tide Pods in the meantime, you could combine this into a lot of things. A lot of stuff potential here.
Disclaimer for those of you at home: please do not chew on Tide Pods.
Right. Do people need that disclaimer? I feel like they don't. So you are insulting our audience, Moses.
Potentially. It's worth it for the safety reasons. So there is a computer issue. I think Hachi is they're trying to figure some things out with Hachi's PC. He just dropped from the server, so he is currently bought Hachi on the inside of the game. So we've got a little bit of pause.
Yeah,
that's what's happening. I think this is the tough part. We can talk a little bit about this game. I mean, obviously you guys don't have the information up on your screen. I'm looking at it right now. Elige has 13,000 built up. Nitro has about 12,000. Taco's right there as well with 11,500. This is a lot of money for the T side. I mean, even NAF has 8,000. Vega's going to have to burn through a lot, and it's another round where they're sitting right around the 3,000 mark, so they're right on the edge of, not even really on the edge.
What you're saying is Liquid are rich.
Yeah, rich.
Why is it so tempting to do that?
I don't know. It does feel good when you put that emphasis on it. I think this will have to be a half buy for Vega. It's a 4-round losing bonus built up for them, so they're getting what, 2,900, I believe it is. Where am I going with that? Oh, yeah, gonna have to be a half buy, and then they'll get they'll be rich in the next round, and then they can buy.
Now we have to do that every single time, don't we? So we'll see. We'll get Haji back in the game as swiftly as possible, but it's a tough position for Vega to be in, winning that many rounds in the first half, but constantly losing to pistols, and then...
Yeah, that's the crazy part. It was the pistols that kept Liquid in this game. I mean, and here's the thing. I mention this frequently. It does feel to a certain degree, at least in the first half certainly, Vega outplayed Liquid in a big way. They did a very good job. They actually looked like the better team in that first half. I mean, you obviously have to extend that for all 30 rounds, switching sides and everything like that, but, you know, if you're Team Liquid, if you're one of the favorites, and we talk about it all the time with teams like Astralis, teams like North, teams like FaZe, when we've seen them in some you know, hit some obstacles and some struggles early on in events, you have to be able to win games where you come out flat, or your opponents are coming out really, really good and hitting some incredible shots and outplaying you. You have to be able to recover, because you're not just always going to have the easy breeze through in a game.
I'll tell you what, Moses. Maybe now that we've got this little time out here, now's the time for some octopus conversation that we didn't get yesterday. I know it's early, but
all right. What have you got? What have you got with octopus?
Well, so my opinion is that octopus are really they're really the aliens that we've already discovered. We just didn't know it at the time, so we just assumed they were another creature living in the ocean.
Yeah.
But they're really not, and here's the reason why.
Okay.
So everybody thinks that octopi, they can, sort of change the color of their skin because of camouflage, but that's not really true. That's only a small part of it. The real thing is that they actually have language on their skin, so they can communicate without using any words or anything. Just the closest thing to telepathy that we've got. And there's actually a whole book on it. There's someone tried to do like just get all the the lexicography of all that whole thing, the whole octopus language. Someone tried to get that done.
What was that new alien movie that came?
2 in B, 3 in A. Nobody holding the middle right now for Vega. But since they're a man up, they can kind of better afford to do this. Especially if they take over main. Not staying completely inactive here, Vega. I really like that.
I know you love this call. Get the advantage in mid, fall away from it. Preserve the 5-on-4, take over A main, get a lot of information, gain a lot of ground, and now Team Liquid really kind of funneled towards this B bomb site. Crush is coming over. That Molotov is going to do a little bit, but there's no one coming from B main. It's all coming from Checkers at the moment. Molotov's into the bomb site, smoke going down. Now the rotation is really heavily on 3 players here. Crush waiting in the smoke. Taco's got the angle. They haven't committed yet, though. And Liquid has no more nades.
Good Molotov there on forcing him out of position, but Crush is still going to be able to kill. That's such a great position, taking down Nitro and headshot onto Nafly. Slight overkill with that AWP, but he'll certainly get the job done. Twist now with a 1 versus 5, and Vega are about to tie up the scoreline here. Twist can try his best here, but they're all coming for him, and Crush will take him out. Another triple kill for him. A great game as well on his side. So tied up at 12-12 now towards the end of the game. This is quite incredible.
There's still just so much money to burn through for Team Liquid. Vegas Squadron really having to play this game on Nightmare mode. They've got to win so many more in a row. Liquid's going to pretty much be able to buy up through the full losing bonus. There's still another one after this. But definitely, certainly, Vega has gotten back into it. Now they have all the utility, all those struggles they had with their money, not able to buy the nades, not able to have the AWP. That all goes away now. Some breathing room built up as well off the back of those 2 wins. Yeah, the strat book for Team Liquid is going to kind of get pressured. They might have to dig a little deep for something to win this map.
To see what that involves. Certainly there are a lot of options on this map. But let me see if they can establish a little bit of mid control. That usually gives you way more options to fake around from A to B. If the CTs know what's happening in middle, generally they can keep some sort of track of how many Ts are where. Seems like more of a normal A execute this time, and that could be trouble for Haji. Those smokes are going to land all around. No smoke for the high ground just yet, so there's a bit of an opportunity there. Haji trying to peek out. Chopper's gone down. One good kill. He needs a bit more buying time for his team at the moment. It's a really good job from Haji, but he's not going to live through it. Elijah will take him down, and Crush was trying to reinforce on the other side, but Nap took him down. So this is all working beautifully here for Team Liquid. 2-on-4 retake. Even if Vega have a bit of money, I don't think it's worth it.
Great entry from Twist. He's really the one that busted this up this flank, though. This could be huge. Not looking for it whatsoever. Taco's going to go down. They could have lined up, but immediately Naf swings out wide to take that headshot. They know exactly where JR is. If he sticks around, they're going to take this op away. Great flick. Liquid still got to be careful. It's still possible. And JR now going to back away, 30 HP, not able to land that shot. So good response from Team Liquid. And JR, don't lose this off. You don't want to spend the money on it again. Risky fights. And he's even going to run into a leash. He's going right at him. Thankfully, he finds that kill.
That's really well done. JR not afraid of them whatsoever, but not going to be a fight at the end. Still, it's another round for Team Liquid. One more step in the right direction, and just a good call. This time, no craziness trying to rush. Just the default smokes, more or less. Nafly, I think, having a good round as well.
Yeah, I mean, you could see kind of they're allowing their entry players to do some work, and a lot of players staying far back in the door in A main and just kind of providing support. The spam through to making sure no one can swing wide on the bomb site. One player watching towards the balcony as well, just having a very, very nice setup to allow guys like Twist to get out and take some frags.
You even gotta wonder if that smoke on the railing up top was intentionally not there, so the Naf could get that fight. Though sort of he was watching for it from Squeak, it sort of looked like he was ready for it. So sometimes you can try and bait people into doing that just by not throwing a particular smoke. Oh, from Crush's point of view, he's gonna get out, but that's a little bit painful.
That fire spread and forced Crush into the open right into Naf's spam, but he had stopped shooting. Just a second later, he would have gone down and almost found the time to get through the edge of that smoke. Crush maybe not even aware of how close he was to going down a couple times. This is just the default for Team Liquid. Everyone watching for pushes, and this is the last buy that Vega would have, although they might have to force up after this, but 13-12. Really taking it to Liquid. Good nade. Nice timing on that. Naf and Elige brought down so low, that's got to be frustrating.
Yeah, not even seeing anyone now on the other side, and it's going to be a quick trade, but as soon as you see that boost, you know there's going to be somebody else there. So at least count on one more player falling back around the corner, trying to take down Chopper, and now has to stay alive. He's going to win that first fight, continues to spam through, incredibly dangerous. Again, he's the only one holding on the site, and only for a second longer as Nitro will take him down. JR and Tony Black, this is the key round for them. 2-1-3, no bomb plant yet, and only 24 seconds, but up any second now. You see Liege waiting for it, great position, and Tony Black one click, but the bomb is already down, and he needed more with that from us. He's going to go down to Taco, and Liquid will win the round 14-12 here. Just a good job, and almost it looked like Vega could have made it back there.
They were so close. That Molotov that prevented the cross into the bomb site seemed like it was going to buy enough time to get them into position. Liege taking a big risk in a 3-on-2, just he has low HP. He wants to go find the information, is rewarded with a free kill. Nicely done, Team Liquid. I mean, you can see the timing on that. When they realize there is that boost, you're exactly right. They know exactly the amount of numbers there are. They know there's going to be an emphasis on middle, so they take that A bomb site very, very quickly, especially when that push through comes in. That aggression, not a bad idea, just doesn't get enough results. And now Vega going to play a little bit more conservative with the economy, not going to force buy in this round. They really don't even have the opportunity to. 2 in a row for Team Liquid, and Vega needs everything they can to start a run that's going to have to be 3 rounds to force OT. Assuming nothing crazy happens in this round.
They have so few tools to do any kind of craziness with. A smoke on Crush, and then a 4-man stack at the A bomb site. It's really limited. Well,
Liquid really has attacked the A bomb site quite frequently. That's a good kill, and that's a small mistake from Tony Black. You have a 4-man stack and you give up one like that. You're going to make things much easier. They have the right call, obviously, as we can see. Nade's going to rain into this bomb site. Great damage. Molotov as well. This is not looking great. It's actually a very weird situation if you're Vega Squadron. Nowhere to move and burning. Crush goes down to the flames. It spreads that last little bit. And Liquid hasn't even come out of the choke point. They're just more than happy to dump all their economy into the bomb site and see what happens. Exterminators.
Did Nitro get boosted up onto the little lamp that's there?
I think I got boosted up onto the boxes.
Yeah, and maybe it just walked up there. That's interesting. Anyway, just overall, good push, good use of the utility. That's kind of how you want to avoid losing the pistols, right? Just out-grenading them. And, well done, and JR going to be going down to Nitro as well. 15-12, Team Liquid now at match point, and Vega, even after that, you know, it's not like they buy into a straight double up or anything like that.
It's 5 M4s, it's light on utility, it's no kits as well. Yeah, he is boosted up, so right over the top, and then he just walks forward, casual. That had to have been stressful to be a Vega player inside that bomb site. 3 Molotovs, HE grenades streaming in, smokes everywhere, you can't see anything. Nice call from Team Liquid.
So, in spite of a rocky first half for Team Liquid, they made their way back off of converting some pistol forces into wins, and then this T side has been looking way better for them as well. So it's pleasant to see them playing at this level again. They're 2-0 right now in the group, and this win would put them into the legend stage as the first team. Yeah. Is there some honor in that, do you think, being the first team out?
Not really, because I think, you know, Astralis or NIP, one of them is, I mean, you can't be the first team just by virtue of time you play during the day, right? That seems a bit silly.
I'd take that, Moses. I'd celebrate.
Yeah, but knowing you'll take whatever you can get.
Just gotta look for the easy victories. If the schedule gives you one, then.
All right, well, this looks like it almost looks like Liquid want to go to some mid control. And again, Vega is just kind of calling the bluff, saying like, you know, we know you've hit and had success at the A bomb site 4 rounds in a row, but we're not going to change anything. Still going to go for mid. Chopper's over quickly. Maybe that's the big change. And Crush starting to go for a flank. All right, this is going to be dangerous. It looks like Nitro is going to go down. Elige isn't looking. Elige is definitely going to die here. Unless he turns right now, which he's not going to, but that definitely came to the flank. Now they get into this bomb site. Chopper needs to be eliminated. He's got 2. That's beautiful. Taco wrapping around the bomb site, going to push forward. That means Twist needs to get into the site to plant the bomb. And Taco aggressive towards Truck. Now he is. He needs to find his kill. There it is finally. One more. You put Twist in a 1-on-2, and oh, he's overexposed. He's pushed forward.
Yeah, no defense here. So he's going to go for the fight. Coming up from middle again, he almost adjusts to it. Good read from Twist, and that's a bit of a shame. Could have probably worked out, but Vega are going to win the round, 15-13 now.
I'm wondering if maybe yeah, I'm not sure, because he had the information of where both players were. That flank was just one kill on a leash and then fall back towards middle.
I really like the idea from Taco making that push, because it's probably the last thing you expect in a 2-on-3, that one of them is going to be pushing the truck, and I think if he had stuck with it, probably would have won that fight much earlier. And
yeah, I think if he kills JR, much more convincing.
Yeah.
If he swings wide that first time, I think he gets that kill, and he probably spots the second player as well and is able to handle that to some degree. Yeah, not on a knife's edge. Not bad. 15-13, Vega's still in it, still fighting. We'll see where Team Liquid goes with this one. It's a lot of rounds just battering ram at that A bomb site, and they've been able to get in and get those plants. Tactical timeout for Team Liquid down the stretch here, and I imagine this is a timeout that's used to kind of talk through the last 2 rounds. If we don't win this one, we know what we want to do for the last round as well, and you have 2 timeouts for overtime.
Yeah, good time for it. That push in the middle that was happening on the T side, catching a leash on the boost, obviously. When you're the rest of Liquid, and I guess the one of the key players in the middle goes down with no warning, it does put a lot of pressure on the rest of that A push. You kind of know that
it's ride or die with whatever happens there.
Right, there's no changing it anymore.
And Chopper gets 2 kills. Can't talk enough about him in that round or this map overall. 23-19 for Chopper. He's actually leading the server.
Yep.
Well, here we go.
Yeah, not able to see anyone with that jump, but again, mid control for Vega. Something that Liquid struggled with on the second side.
It's kind of funny seeing Vega put so much emphasis on it, knowing, I mean, maybe it's due to the fact that, you know, they just say, you know, we have such an easy time taking mid on our T side. We know we have to put some emphasis on this and put some bodies here to slow this down. Liquid really haven't gone for it too much outside of putting a player on boost. That's a intimidating flashbang for NAF, but there's no follow-up to it. Blind and safe.
Yeah, no trouble there. They've Molotov. I feel like both teams have Molotov the sandbags a lot, and no one's been there even once. So, I mean, it is quite common on this map, but just not this game.
Yeah, you have to expect that Molotov is going to come in towards sandbags if you're a defender, so not even wanting to mess with it. Another smoke in towards mid. They're going to delay a little bit longer. That's still just over 30 seconds is when that'll expire. Counter smoke in towards that CT choke point. 3 players here still. Tony Black and Vents. Chopper behind the smoke in mid. And Crush ready to peek from high.
Oh, just over the smoke. As it's fading, and Chopper will take down a Liege. Good step in the right direction here, only 20 seconds, and this could be something like overtime if they win this. JR got a good line up here. Oh my god, they walked right in front. There probably should have been a double now. Tony Black in Checked and Chopper there to help out. And Taco, the last one there. Moment of fear there, as it looked like JR could have had even more, but they'll make it through the round, 14-15. And well, the money's still there for Liquid, which is it's just impressive how much they've been able to buy.
Well, I mean, that's why we talk about Vega playing in Nightmare mode, just because they've let that money grow so much. They could have an easy round here, right? And you think maybe they win a couple in a row, they have an easier time of things. It's not to be. And JR still not going to be able to get that AWP out, but that is a great round, and you have to question the call from Team Liquid out of that timeout, or just feel like it. I mean, that was just, they didn't really do much that round, did they? Waiting out smokes in middle, allowing Elise to just walk out on that roof all on his lonesome, no flashbangs, just see if he can find a duel. When he goes down, it's just a B hit with 20 seconds left, and obviously Vega is going to be able to react to that very, very quickly. Yeah. So, last effort out of Team Liquid, last chance to end this in regulation.
You know what always works, Moses? B-rush.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for? We actually haven't seen Team Liquid do, I mean, we saw Vega do the B-rush, the A-rush as well, find some timings. We haven't seen Liquid try and do any of those like knockout punch, like just a pop flash into smoke. You know, dumb it down, play a simple style.
Well, so far, it's just Twist holding outside of B, so not really much of a rush at all. Smoke there in main. A grenade maybe. Could have been even better, but still not bad. And a pretty good trap set here for Vega. It's pretty common for someone to Molotov both those corners that they're in. This Chopper and Haji. They're going to be careful that they don't get completely Molotoved out. Might be a bit of backup from Highway as well. It's not a bad setup defensively, but again, one good grenade can really screw things up a little bit. You see Haji's actually turned and just waiting to hear a flashbang or anything.
Look at this gamble that Vega do, and they're winning out of the gamble. We'll see if they can win the round. 4 players defending this bomb site. Haji here, he's going to be forcing the open into the bomb. They're not waiting for it. He doubles him up. They throw the correct Molotovs. Thankfully, Nap gets the kill through the door, but there's still so many players that Liquid have to contend with. Into the bomb site we go. Chopper still alive. There's JR. A double kill for him, and they've done it. Somehow, Vega have fought just enough to bring us to overtime, and Liquid fall flat at the end.
Doing this deciding match just as at the moment they had the right grenade that we just talked about, but she just didn't care. That's a great double kill to find, and they get shut down. So now it's overtime. First team to 19 rounds. They start with $10,000 in the bank, which means you can buy pretty much everything, but not indefinitely. You do run out of money, especially on the CT side.
Yeah, especially if you go for the ops or the double ops setup, and I think that might be what Tony Black is considering at the moment. JR's got his. Deciding what they want to do. That T side from Liquid really felt flat at the end and uninspired. They went to that A bomb site in probably 6 or 7 rounds in that stretch, that last stretch.
Yeah, it became a popular thing for them. Maybe too much so.
Doing it again.
And walking into the grenades.
I don't think they care about that necessarily. They want to hit a timing here, and they're just saying, all right, well, Vega's finally shown they can stop this A hit, so they're not going to stack it with 4 players this time. But they need to go. If they don't have any presence on the other side of the map, you can see Chopper starting to kind of drift away, and here we are. Molotov going to come out. They need to wait for Haji to peek if they Molotov him. And they both actually Molotov the same spot. Haji's going to be safe. 3 Molotovs in Sword Squad. There's the peak. 2 kills, 2 entries. Round's over.
Yeah, really well done. This is, I mean, if you're Liquid, you're thinking, why couldn't have this been the last round? That would have been a little bit easier. And they're going to save the rest here. But again, we did highlight the fact that when you're in those corner positions, there is a tendency that you're going to get grenaded. And the problem is, there are so many other positions where if you do get Molotov, you can just, you know, pull out that smoke and cancel it out. The problem is, if they're pushing while you're doing that, you're just going to die anyway. So it's kind of uncomfortable. Especially
in that corner, right?
Yeah.
What's going to happen is if you put that smoke out, someone's just going to go spam it, and you're early at a disadvantage still. Unfortunately, those two kills come so swiftly that, you know, Vega just have to make the call to save those weapons. As you mentioned, that economy on the CT side runs out very quickly with only $10,000 to start with. They need to preserve the weaponry they have. Chopper and Hachi going to be able to rebuy with no problem. Liquid up 16-15. 3 more rounds for the victory for Team Liquid. Vega need 4.
Yeah, see if they can get it as well. Good job on saving the rifles at the very least for Vega. That does make a pretty big difference, even going into the next one. So we'll see if they're going to be rewarded for it. Good call from Liquid. I'm impressed that they managed to sort of figure it out. We might actually see that B-rush happen finally, as they are gearing up for a JR here with the AWP. This is always such a dangerous position to be in. If you miss the first shot, they're going to run you down. Smoke set up. They're all around the corner. Good kill. Looking for a bit more, but the flick's not going to connect in. Now Tony Black in check has already been found out, and turning around for more. He does so much damage, even enough for the double kill. Very impressive. He could have gone down immediately with absolutely nothing on his side. Deep Molotov there, and Twist going to be smoking off. He actually almost dies to it. Thought he probably was out of it a little bit there. Now this is a rough one for Liquid, in spite of the good beginning. I don't know if they can hold on to this any longer. Twist solo on health right now. Elish has to be a bit more active. His timing is incredible against Chopper. Twist with a headshot, and he could have clicked the bullet there, but Crush now trying to make his way onto the bomb side. Has to wait a little bit before he can even go and tap that bomb, and Elish has got such a great position right here. Holding it down, 1 second left, and Elish going to win the triple for him, and Liquid will win another round. What an incredible fight.
Yeah, that is a battle the whole way through, and Liquid have the perfect call there. I mean, we saw Vega Squadron do that with great effect and an easier win for them. This time, Tony Black, those 2 kills he gets, that's incredible stuff in checkers. Those are some beautiful kills and in high stressful. JR almost even doubling up as well. But 17-15, and now you see the result. Look at the economy. I mean, that hit from Team Liquid is all based off the fact that was them setting it up for majority of that last half of regulation and into overtime. All those A hits over and over again. You put Vega into a rhythm that an A hit is going to come, and then you just really blow up the B bomb site.
And it's slowed down just enough that JR goes away from his original angle and then goes into checkered, which means he's all in. Like, there's no going back from that position. So even that worked out pretty well for them. 17 to 15. Let's see how this works. Another great grenade.
Yeah, they have that timing down really, really well. Here's mid control. Crush is going to be at highway. You have Tony Black inside of the vents. See if he can do anything. Molotov, there it is. Great angle. Nice off angle. Tough to stop that peak. Combined with all the nades, and even JR going to build upon it. And the op comes out on a Liege, and Liquid is stopped cold. Although if they get this kill into the B bomb site, there's one in vents. But I think everyone's just died in middle way too much. Good frag from Twist, but he's half HP. And you have to be flawless if your team is going to get into this bomb site.
Yeah, they're kind of boxed in as well. They can only boost one of them out, so maybe Twist just hoping for a kill in middle to open up another avenue. Hunchy seconds away from shooting him in the back. He's actually got the perfect idea about what's going on, but 30 seconds and Vega can just slow this down and wait. And that's Haji being put into play. Nitro all alone. So it should be another round finally in overtime. They will pick it up 16-17 in favor of Team Liquid. They need 2 more rounds and Vega need 3.
This is dicey. I mean, Liquid's CT side wasn't anything to write home about. If you remember back to, we referenced it a couple times, a lot of the rounds that kept Liquid in this first half were pistol rounds, were force buys, were Deagles and P250s and 5.7s.
Yes.
They did not look all that phenomenal with even with the AWPs out. So they're going to go right into the double up setup, which is expensive. The stage set, if Vega can win this first round, for them to run the score 3-0 and take this in overtime if Liquid run out of money. Here we go. I will say, Liquid looks a little bit more on point after that T-half. Looks like they woke up a little bit. We've seen some teams with slow starts. Maybe that was part of the issue with Team Liquid in that first half, but
yeah, they were struggling early on, weren't they?
Just individually, they couldn't handle some of those peaks out of guys like, I mean, the entries from guys like Chopper and Crush were just incredible.
Oh, Liege. He does make it back around the corner. You can tell there's a moment of slight worry on his face. I don't think if anyone was going to be peeking over. They've decided to all not buy head armor on the Liquid side. It doesn't really matter when you're playing against AK-47s, but there are always some strange scenarios where it could make a difference. If you're fighting against someone who pulls out a Glock or someone shoots through a wall. Edge cases where it makes a difference.
Oh, Taco burning as well. And getting spammed. He's down so very low. Gonna get into a new position. There's no one boosting up over him, so that's actually not too bad. Great early damage done. Molotov gonna go too far past Taco. Here we go. Oh, there's a gap in that smoke. He can see everything. He's still got all the information. That's not denying anything to Team Liquid. Nap with the op is playing outside of the B bomb site. This is going to be tough. That's a tough shot to hit. Very narrow. Might work with a flashbang if they don't smoke him off, but they are going to. Indeed, the timing almost there. Almost found one.
He's going to continue to shoot this again, and one more time. They just keep jumping back and forth here. I would say time to call that quits here. Looking very good for Vega in this round. 5-on-5 retake, but with Taco already low, it's not going to be easy. They are flanking around. If they can win that flank fight, that's one thing. Taco's gone down. There is a follow-up there coming. Eli's just going to be sneaking in very late in the round. It seems like JR is feeling about it, but he's still going to go down. Nitro taking down Crush. I think that was the boost that they did earlier as well. Now 3-on-4 to see if they can make this happen. Haji will take down one. Tony Black on the refrag, taking down Elige, and that might be it for Liquid. Yeah, they're going to be picking up the rifle and running. That's a good hit for Vega. Good entry into the site. Just overall a good job.
Almost valuing the economy in this overtime with that AWP playing outside of it. Next Chopper, he wants to take that away from him. Look at him fading out all these shots. Both ops, neither of them landing. Finally, Naf puts an end to the danger. But it was getting dangerous. Team Liquid not even... I mean, it's two things. It's either you're putting the priority on your economy, playing retake, and just saying, you know, we'll get the ops out, so at least we get to save the ops into the next round. Or two, you just have that much confidence in your retake, but not even fighting for the bomb site in overtime is a very bold call to make.
Yeah, you can tell the pressure is on them now. 17-17, and given how this match has been played out so far, you have to almost favor the T side. They're just looking good, both teams in that particular situation. Some of the rushes that we saw out of Vega, both to A and B, were really incredible, so Liquid weren't able to hold it. I mean, some of those A rushes were so quick that the people playing on the bomb site just got run over before they even knew what hit them.
I'm not sure what the right call is from Team Liquid, although we haven't seen too much aggression out of them, have we? Even back to regulation, from what I recall, we didn't see too many pushes in towards main. We didn't see any boosts over mid. Didn't see any of their creative calls. Guess it depends on how much confidence you have, and I think at this point you might want to dig deep into the playbook and show some things off just to get yourself that win. If they're trying to save some things for the Legend stage, just get your 3-0. Here it comes. Look at this uppercut through the door. Twist isn't close enough to hear this. He's going to get caught. Molotov out of his hands. They're circling up on him. Great first kill. Needs to go one. Waiting for the come through the smoke, and he finds it. Twist doing everything. Oh, this is beautiful. He's going to get the 18th round. Elige with one more as well, and it's just JR. Twist has demolished the attack, and it was so needed. And it was so close to slipping away.
Taco wanting to set up a kill there for Twist, who is very close to JR. Still, that is beautiful. And I mean, if you replay that round from Twist's point of view again, you'll see how close he is to getting out-timed in that rush. If he's just a little bit slower, he gets caught completely, and it's a lot different. Well done, Twist. Quad kill. Could be happy about that. 18-17. That was now at least at worst it's double OT.
It takes a lot of pressure off, doesn't it? I mean, obviously want to end it here. This is so difficult. If he doesn't get that kill, I mean, obviously he just dies, but that's the one he needed. Even Hutchie hadn't been able to make it into the bomb site. Good round from the magnificent Van Dolken. 18-17 in the favor of Team Liquid. One last round of this first overtime. Either Liquid moves on, or Vega forces double OT. Double up setup still strong for the defensive side. JR's got his.
Round number 36. Haji trying to see if he could hit somebody through the smoke over at main. It's quite valuable to be able to do that, even if you don't actually kill anyone. If you, oh, that's a good kill from Nitro. JR maybe overstepping his reach just a little bit, and gotta be careful on that side. You can jump up where Chopper is, but Nitro is just a couple of pixels away from taking that shot. If you do, it's gonna eventually be a little bit scared of the vent and might want to fall back. Still 4-on-5 here. Vega close now to losing it in overtime.
Vega decided to go back to the B bomb site despite that off getting a pick. Taco and Nitro both playing inside of the site denies a lot of information. You can get close up towards that B main. You can get out of those vents. And it's a really condensed attack on that site. Naf mentioned this in the first half, maybe putting up in the A bomb site, peer down highway, so he's got eyes on that. Twist and Elige can focus on A main and door.
Tony Black trying to be aggressive. He's keeping 3 people in this bomb site. Nobody in middle right now. The attack could definitely work out, but Nitro stopping Chopper. Such a big kill, and then the smoke and the flashbang to follow it up. Twist taking down Tony Black. It's falling apart here. Nitro doing a great job in the last round, and Haji now 1 versus 5. Team Liquid had to struggle to get this one home, but that's it. They're going to be in the Legends stage, winning it in overtime against Team Vega. 19-17.
Doesn't matter how you win as long as you get there. Great game from Twist. Some really map-saving rounds for him down the stretch. Elige as well. 31 kills for Twist, 28 for Elige. That's the big, heavy-hitting, rifling duo of Team Liquid, and they came to play. I think after those day one jitters with Vega Squadron, they've looked so good. Maybe I mean maybe we chalk that up to a regional matchup. It was against Spirit.
It's true, they did have a little bit of trouble in that game. And it was a Mirage, and it all looked weird.
And they've looked so good since. They've looked really interesting.
Yeah, powerful team. Saw some of the entries. You saw just a lot of creative stuff. Grenades as well. They just seem really well prepared. Yeah,
tactically and skill-wise, and then they're just able to exploit it. So that's cool. I'm glad to see the Sharks coming in strong. Big fan.
I am happy. I know you are.
Yeah.
You're going to have to save the shark gifts for a little later, Moses, unfortunately.
Yeah, I just get another day of posting shark gifts.
That is true. That's an upside. Maybe you could find some horse gifts instead and get working on that part of your game.
Yeah, I can do that.
I know there's a lot of research that goes into to all of that. Yeah, just well done, both teams. Exciting game. You love the overtime early in the day. First match of the day. What's the next one? Nip and Astralis?
Nip and Astralis, but before that, we've got Paula ready with an interview with the winners.
confused. Kabak, and it is Tony Black, a name change, just to get everything clarified.
A bit of a weird one there, isn't it? But
Tony Black.
I think on those 3 rounds that I'm talking about, the Liquid, when I say on pistols, it was like rounds that they either forced on into or they were on like a half buy or, or a pistol save. And on those rounds, I think Taco, Elige, and Naf, on all 3 of the ones I'm pointing out, they all had impact in those 3 rounds. Yeah. And they're hugely pivotal because when you have a game like this that goes in this direction, if they were converted by that of Vega, they would have taken the victory quite comfortably. These are pivot rounds. These are rounds that break the bank. These are rounds that demotivate you. These are rounds that you should be closing out. They even beat Liquid in terms of opening kills, and I brought that up as one of like the best things that Liquid were doing in this entire tournament. In that first half, you could notice time and time again how well a team like Vega was trading. It's insane. They just glue into a position when they want to clear it. They know that their teammates are going to have their back and trade them out, and when you zone in like that, it can be so difficult to deal with. That's why there weren't so many multi-kills coming in from Liquid on their CT side.
No, absolutely. And speak of Elige, you actually is featured in our head-to-head. It's brought to you by The Predator, which is in September, rather in cinemas September 14th. But Elige and JR, and actually both of them doing exactly what their teams demanded of them. JR still spicy on that scope too, Dabs.
Yeah, JR has been impressive this whole event. I actually wanted to talk about Chopper though. Chopper, yesterday on Train, he had that 4K, even in this match coming up clutch with a lot of big plays. And I think that's just sort of a testament to Vegas' success so far in this event is just individuals. Yeah. You know, the team aspect is lacking in a lot of areas, but I think just they have so much room to improve, and the fact that they can get these wins and even get close to these wins is it's a very good thing.
Yeah, Chopper won 6 of the 9 opening duels that he was a part of. And, you know, you talk about Chopper's success, but also the likes of Vegas Squadron as a whole. And you actually chose a couple of clips to highlight this scrimmy style that we're talking about. So why don't you go ahead and kind of hopefully shed some additional light on this scrimmy Counter-Strike that Vega are succeeding with.
So, yeah, the first one here, they don't even throw a flash, or if they do, they miss it. He just runs out mid. This is a round where he's the only one with an actual weapon here. He's the only one with an AK. So this one's a little bit more coordinated than what we're used to seeing. They do use some nade usage. They nade highway box there. He runs out mid, and he gets the first 2 entry kills with a rifle. So I actually like this play a lot. They're utilizing that one rifle and supporting him. This one's a little bit more questionable. They just rush B. They don't even flash.
Rush B.
If there was an opper there, they lose the round instantly. There's an opper checker.
That's crazy, right? They're just running in with rifles into a bomb site, and that's the kind of rounds that I know from like hearing from the Renegades guys that would tilt a player like Naf.
Yeah.
You know, he's the type of guy that, man.
What are they doing?
Exactly. They just run in dry.
You don't even make the comm. You're just like, what?
Yeah.
Like, why? What?
I think they just rushed B on me. No, but like, what else did they do? No, they just rushed B. That thing that you say when you haven't got any ideas left.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Incredible. It is incredible, and it's working. I mean, for Vega, the best of one environment, I imagine, is the perfect space for this kind of style of play to truly pay dividends.
Yeah, the perfect storm for a team like this, right? We always outline these win conditions. In a best of one, if you can grab the 2 pistol rounds, if you can grab a couple of lucky clutch rounds, or if you can use a gimmicky strategy, you can definitely steal some victories.
Yeah, and they're not away. You know, they're not running out of chances. In fact, 2 wins, 1 loss now for them as they look for the magical number that is 3. A couple of days off for Team Liquid earned, though, on cash as they pick themselves up that overtime win. And that's just the first game of the day. So much more here from the Faceit Major. In fact, gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and get this one to a break so we can take 5 and prepare for our next game as Astralis and Ninjas in Pajamas will meet. Quick reminder about epics.gg though, if you're interested in checking it out, you can collect, trade and share your favorite CSGO stars. So that's a whole lot of fun. You can find it on epics.gg on the website or on your phone. Right, we're going to take a break. When we do come back, it will be none other than Astralis looking to get themselves a spot in the Legends stage. Starting from the bottom, now they're here and 1 win away from securing a spot at the next stage after Faceit Major.
let you go or let you walk away if I can't tell you why I've been feeling this way lately. You say you don't know if I can hold you down. I'll let you find out. I guess we'll find out. Let's find out. Oh, if I don't get to say, I was hoping maybe you're feeling the same way as I do. You've been on my mind. There's no way, there's no way ignite this passion. Everything that you imagine can come true if you abandon all your fears. Tensions rising. Who's to know what are the right things to do when the feeling inside takes over you? Cause I can't let you go and let you walk away if I can't tell you why I've been feeling this way lately. You say you don't know if I can hold you down. I'll let you find out. I guess we'll find out. Let's find out. Oh, if I don't get to say, I was hoping maybe you're feeling the same way as I do. You've been on my mind. There's no way, there's no way dance all night in the moonlit sky. When the sun comes up, it's our last goodbye. Won't let go, I don't wanna leave paradise. You make everything feel alright. You bring every piece of me to life. When we're looking eyes, I lose my mind, my mind. Amnesia. Crash like waves playing in the sand. Live life hard, never looking back. Life's too short in the promised land, promised land. You make everything feel alright. You bring every piece of me to life. When we're looking eyes, I lose my mind, my mind. Amnesia.
Another day here in London for the Challenger stage of the Major, battling to get into that top 16, that Legends stage, where champions are made. One team has just secured themselves a spot in just the game prior. Team Liquid leave this tournament, or the stage of the tournament, with a 3-0, not conceding a single game. They're in to the Legends stage, and if they pick up one more win, we'll see them at the next major guaranteed. That's how this new format works, and indeed the Challenger stage continues as Astralis and the Ninjas in Pyjamas are one best of one away from one of them stepping into the Legend stage as well. I'm your host, Machine. We do have these beautiful human beings over here. We have Chad Sponge Birchill and none other than Damien Dab Steele. I feel like I have to deliver it like that, just to sell.
Like Duff Man?
That was kind of Duff Man.
Yeah, that was very Duff Man.
Gosh damn it. Okay, so what I'm going to need from you guys is a way to paint this picture of not just an Astralis circle jerk. Help me out.
Wow.
What have you got
That's
for
difficult
me?
for me to do.
I think Astralis is a team that's sort of showing a little bit, a few chinks in the armor, I'd say, to put it nicely. But I still think they're better than NIP. But the good thing about NIP is that they're on the up and up, and I think that they're a team that they just recently broke back into the top 10, and I think they're a team that's going to just continue to get better with the players they have.
Yeah, Peter, their coach, perhaps done his homework. We'll talk more about it, but actually speaking of Astralis, why not hear from the players themselves as the pressure is mounting on all eyes on this Danish roster of Astralis?
It's always been really prestigious going to the playoffs, to the Legend stage, and like now when I have tried once not going that far, I'm just really happy to be back.
I've been in the best Danish team for I don't know how long. We've been the best team in the world for many months as well, and obviously we've also had our downs. But right now I feel like we're in a really good place, and I'm extremely proud of my team and myself to finally be here.
There's always gonna be sick highlights. There's always gonna be funny moments, and there's always gonna be that team that plays boring, just like us. The boring teams, as people call us, because we are playing so boring CS in their opinion.
People is definitely starting to steal some of our stuff, especially on the maps that we are really good on. I feel great. I feel admired because that just shows how much work we have put in, that we do this awesome stuff that people need to steal and they can't make themselves.
We have been teaching a lot of younger players how to play and how to be in a team environment. I think we also have one of the hardest work ethics, really putting work in, and yeah, maybe we're also just talented.
Now that is insightful. Astralis, yes, hot favourites. A couple of points that we definitely have to run with. Magis, first of all, he's calling their Counter-Strike boring, Chad.
That's not the case at all. If you sit there at home and you're watching Astralis and you think they are playing a boring brand of Counter-Strike, you are not a fan of the beautiful game that I love and have dedicated 15 years of my life to. What they have done is reinvent the wheel and bring back a strategical era. What they have done is make everybody stand up and realize that teamwork, coordination, and well-orchestrated strategies are the key to this game. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, and Glaive is bang on there. People are imitating them, and that is because they have set the bar so ridiculously high in the way that they approach the game. Of course you're going to copy these guys.
Hey Damps, you've been working in the competitive scene now as an in-game leader for a while. My question is, I'm sure you've been loading up a couple of Astralis demos.
100%. I mean, we take a lot from them, not even just the maps that they're only good on, as
and you're not
Glaive
ashamed
said.
to say that.
Even the maps that they